This dungeon is different from the others. It has a strange affinity that completely nullifies healing magic. That means no healing spells will work here at all. Everyone will have to rely on potions and their dodging skills to survive. The place where Krista's guild members are trapped is near the level 64 boss, but to reach that point normally, they would have to clear every level and defeat all the bosses along the way. Ren immediately realizes that going level by level would take far too long. That's when Yoda pulls out a magic crystal and explains that Krista herself gave it to her. With this crystal, they can skip all the intermediate levels and teleport directly to level 64. Alec instantly understands how rare and powerful this magical item must be. But Krista didn't care about any of that. Her only goal was to save her teammates, which is why she gave similar crystals to the other parties as well, so everyone could reach the target level directly. Yoda then reveals that the level 64 boss is an undead monster. That means Krazia's magic won't be effective here, and since Krazia is mainly a support mage, most of the fighting responsibility will fall on Alec. Ren tells him to conserve his mana and says he'll handle the smaller enemies himself. If Alec runs out of mana in front of an undead boss, things could get really dangerous. Krazia agrees, but she also warns everyone seriously. From this point on, they are literally fighting death itself. An S-rank party has already been wiped out here, so no one should take this lightly. Instead of feeling scared, Ren gets even more excited. He fires everyone up, declaring that this is where their legendary party's story truly begins. As soon as he says that, Yoda throws the magic crystal into the air. In an instant, all of them are teleported straight into the level 64 dungeon. The moment they arrive, they find themselves inside a dark, damp cave. Suddenly, countless undead skeletons rise from the ground, swords and shields clutched tightly in their hands. Ren doesn't hesitate for even a second. He pulls out his spear and charges forward, cutting down multiple skeletons at once. With a confident grin, he says that so far, level 64 feels pretty easy. The others stay alert, watching carefully. More skeletons begin crawling out of the walls and closing in. Ren dives straight into them again, cutting down anything that comes near him. But Yoda starts to panic, because Ren has moved out of the range of her support magic. She runs after him, calling out for him to come back. Alec and Krazia stay behind. Krazia calmly says that Ren will be fine. He has that ancient artifact, the piercing black spear, an almost indestructible weapon that's always razor sharp. She jokes that it's the perfect weapon for a brainless idiot. Alec laughs and shouts at Ren, asking if he needs help. Ren replies confidently that he's totally fine and that this is the child's play for him, before continuing to demolish the skeletons. Smiling, Alec moves forward to join him. Suddenly, Alec feels something strange behind him. Without thinking, he fires a lightning bolt backward. When the dust clears, there's nothing there. Slightly confused, he mutters that he thought someone was behind him and assumes it was just his imagination. Then his expression changes. He senses something again. Drawing his sword, he dashes forward like lightning and slashes through the air. His blade collides with something invisible, and the creature finally reveals itself as a Grim Reaper. Ren smirks lightly and comments that it looks like Alec hasn't gotten as weak as he thought. He admits that he already knew there was an invisible enemy nearby, but dealing with that kind of threat isn't his specialty. The Grim Reaper counterattacks Alec, but Alec blocks the strike and leaps backward toward Ren. In that moment, Alec realizes something important. Ren trusts him completely, not just as a party member, but as a true friend who will protect him. For the first time in years, Alec feels that kind of trust again. Fueled by that emotion, he raises his magic sword and delivers a powerful slash, cleaving the Grim Reaper in two and finishing it on the spot. He turns to Yoda and asks if she knew about this. Yoda immediately apologizes for not mentioning it. Meanwhile, Krazia laughs and says that he should talk to Ren about it, since Ren was the real mastermind behind the plan. Alec smiles and tells Ren that one day he'll repay this favor. Ren replies that they should focus on getting out of this dungeon alive first. The four of them stand together, fully prepared to wipe out every enemy in their path. Not long after, Alec and Ren both leap into action again, launching fierce attacks on the undead skeletons and cutting them down one by one. Yoda stays in the back, constantly reinforcing them with magic. Ren is now completely in his element, taking down skeletons with stylish movements. Krazia provides cover from behind with her bow, eliminating any skeletons that try to sneak up on Ren. A few skeletons manage to get close to her, forcing her to defend herself with her magic staff. Soon, they realize that this wave of skeletons seems endless. That's when Alec calls everyone back, telling them to fall behind him so he can clear everything at once. The other three retreat behind him. Alec unleashes a devastating thunderbolt skill, flooding the entire area with blinding lightning. Every skeleton is reduced to ashes in an instant. Once everyone is safe, Ren grins and asks why Alec keeps using only Thunderbolt, when he used many other offensive magic types back at the academy. Alec quickly makes an excuse, saying Thunderbolt has a fast casting time, so it's more efficient. Ren can tell that Alec is hiding something, but he stays quiet for now. Time is limited. Now, suddenly, a monstrous roar echoes from ahead. Everyone realizes they're near the boss room. Ren doesn't waste a second. After receiving reinforcement magic from Yoda, he shoots forward faster than a lightning bolt toward the source of the sound. Alec is shocked by Ren's speed, which is further amplified by Yoda's magic. All three of them chase after him through the tunnel and emerge into a wide open area. There, they see Ren sitting calmly on a ledge. Below him, a jointed monster is chasing a one-armed adventurer. Alec immediately wants to jump in and save the man. But Ren casually says that the guy running is Loki, the most annoying jerk from the infamous party Rechroma. Krassia nods, agreeing that Loki is a very cunning support magician. Alec can't believe they're just standing by while someone is about to die. Meanwhile, Loki is screaming while running, yelling at Ren to help him, and threatening to haunt him every day if he dies. His shouting and insults don't affect Ren at all. He just watches silently, looking bored. Then Loki slips and falls to the ground. It looks like the monster is about to kill him. Alec prepares to jump in, but Krassia stops him and tells him to wait and watch. Alec focuses and notices the monster slowly approaching Loki. Suddenly, a trap spell activates beneath the ground. A terrifying lava blast erupts, blowing the monster away. Alec is stunned. Krassia laughs and says she told him Loki is a very clever magician. The monster staggers and accidentally triggers another trap. Loki turns around, laughing loudly, and shouts that only an idiot would slip in a place like this. But his laughter vanishes when the enraged monster begins charging a massive magic blast. Loki realizes his death is now certain. At that exact moment, Ren jumps in like lightning and saves him. Loki can't believe he's still alive. Meanwhile, Alec, Yoda, and Krassia jump down to face the monster head-on. The monster charges straight at Alec, but Yoda blocks it with her magic shield. Alec immediately fires off a thunder spell, but the monster suddenly turns and rushes toward Ren and Loki instead. Alec shouts for them to stay alert and releases another thunderbolt, which strikes the monster directly. When the dust settles, the monster is still standing, now even angrier than before. Ren realizes he won't be able to stop it normally, so he uses a last resort move. He charges straight at the monster, slips between its legs, and throws it off balance. Then he grabs Loki and throws him toward Krassia. Both of them crash onto the ground. Yoda shouts for Krassia to take Loki to the ledge while they handle the monster. Ren immediately pulls out his spear and prepares to fight. As soon as Krassia gets Loki to safety, Yoda uses her boost magic to enhance all of Ren's stats. With everything he has, Ren charges at the monster, dodging its attacks, leaping into the air and driving a powerful spear thrust straight into its face. But the monster turns out to be incredibly strong. It swats Ren aside and slams him violently into the ground. Yoda immediately rushes toward him, but the monster swings its attack, trying to crush her as well. Luckily, at the very last moment, Yoda casts a shield spell, giving Ren just enough time to get back on his feet. Meanwhile, Alec enters a completely different zone. It's as if he's conducting an orchestra. In a single moment, 5 magic circles appear around the monster at the same time. Loki is left completely stunned. Creating even 3 magic circles is extremely difficult, yet Alec is controlling 5 simultaneously. Loki can't help but think that this guy is an absolute genius. Krassia smiles and says that Alec can do even more. And sure enough, Loki's eyes go wide when Alec suddenly forms 20 magic circles at once. The monster, furious, charges straight toward them, but Ren leaps onto its body and drives his spear into its tail, creating the perfect opening for Alec to finish preparing his final spell. Ren jumps off the monster's back. At that exact moment, Alec completes his casting and releases a devastating thunderbolt spell. The demon is struck violently and forced to a halt. But when Alec goes in for a second strike, everyone is shocked as the monster somehow dodges to the side and avoids the attack. It immediately begins charging a powerful magic blast. Krassia reacts instantly, casting a blinding spell that leaves the monster unable to see for a few moments. Yoda takes advantage of the opening and casts another spell. Chains erupt from the ground, tightly binding the monster in place. Ren doesn't waste this chance. He hurls his spear like a javelin, piercing straight through the monster's head. At the same time, Alec prepares for his finishing blow, but to everyone's disbelief, the monster is still alive. Even while badly injured, it gathers all its remaining power and begins charging another magic blast. This time, Alec doesn't show even a hint of fear. He stands calmly and starts preparing the rarest spell of his life. A spell known by only 2 people in the entire world. The first is his teacher, Eldus, who created the spell. The second is Alec himself, the only one who mastered it. As the monster's magic blast rushes toward him, Alec activates his reflection magic. The blast rebounds back at the monster with double the strength. Even so, the monster proves to be incredibly tough and somehow survives, barely clinging to life. It immediately starts charging yet another spell. This time, Alec creates a new combination. Along with his reflection magic, he summons multiple magic circles at once. The entire area erupts in flames. A massive inferno engulfs the monster. At that exact moment, Ren leaps into the air and strikes down at the monster's head, slicing it cleanly into 2. As the monster collapses, their victory is finally secured, and the entire team erupts in celebration. Loki walks over and thanks Alec, saying that with his help, everything worked out just fine. He adds that he always knew a court magician would be capable of something this incredible. Alec calmly replies that he already quit that job. Loki smiles and says that was probably a good decision, though it's unfortunate what happened to the prince and his party. Then Loki drops a bombshell that leaves everyone stunned. He reveals that the monster they just defeated wasn't the real floor boss. It was only a sub-boss that got separated from the main group while chasing him. Everyone's eyes go wide. If a sub-boss was this powerful, just how terrifying must the real boss be? Loki explains that the true boss is actually a necromancer, disguised as a knight clad in black armor. Physical attacks don't work very well on it. They're only useful for buying time. Then he turns to Alec and hands him a magical wand with a cross carved at the top. The moment Alec sees it, he recognizes it. Loki explains that it's an ancient artifact. As soon as Alec grabs it, the wand transforms into a sword. Ren can't believe his eyes. He asks Loki why he's giving away something so valuable so casually, and what his real motive is. Loki replies bluntly that it's simple. Alec will stand at the front of their formation as bait. Hearing that, everyone is shocked and asks what he means by that. Loki explains that from the outside, Alec looks like a weak mage. If they put him in front, the boss will see him as an easy target and rush straight toward him. When that happens, the rest of them will attack from behind together. Defeating an S-rank monster will bring fame and glory to all of them.